was a whopper of a lie, I have to admit, because suburbanites been telling us so many lies, you have to write a encyclopedia for all the lies they've told us.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. I agree with you 100%, brother. That's why the professor has to get to the bottom of this. Thank you so much for your
And I got one more thing. Speaking of boycotts for some stations and some businesses, it's going to be a long, hot summer for them when they don't have business because they disrespect black people. I'm so sick and tired of being disrespected. So we need to boycott all these clowns.
Lord have mercy. I hear you loud and clear, brother. All right?
Also, Art McCoy, I went to the most dangerous place in the entire world. I barely made it out. Only 14% of the population of Cleveland is brave enough to go there. The most dangerous place in the world. If you want to see where that is, you got to go to Melanated Media News. Journalism is a dangerous job. What we do is a dangerous work. Huh?
So, 14%.
14%.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
I mean, 86% of the population, they don't even go there. That's how bad it is.
That's how bad
That's almost 90% of the population.
Man, oh man, that sounds like a figure that I gave
last week.
Yeah, a figure that I gave last week, in which
you were spot on.
Spot on about the voters.
Yes, sir.
Lord, so in other words, this stat is what? Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, what?
Cleveland, I think, is 15, and East Cleveland was 14%.
So that's why
the two poorest, of course, those were the lowest numbers out of any of the cities in Cuyahoga County by far.
So that goes to show, to tell Melanated Media News is that's why the condition that we get is the condition that we get.
Yeah, it's like an abusive relationship. You could go someplace to possibly seek help, but you keep complaining, and instead of going and being proactive about it and seeking therapy, we keep complaining.
Yes, no doubt about it. So it's very interesting because there was a teacher.
23%, not to cut you off. 23% Cuyahoga County.
Yeah, that's still low.
Yes,
but that's better than 14 and 15. So I was at this rally, crime rally yesterday on Huff, 93rd and Huff.
Okay.
And the young man, the drive-by shooting, they shot up in the house, and they didn't kill him. He's doing good. 10-year-old boy got shot in the face in his bedroom, but he's doing okay. But the point that I'm making is that during this rally, there was a elderly white teacher there that said he had taught in Addison Junior High School years ago, back in the day, and he said that it was amazing to him that the condition of the community, and because he remembered when one of his students was shot, and this has been like 40 years ago.
I was going to say, the Huff riots and stuff is never recovered.
Yes, but his student, a student that he was teaching at Addison Junior High School, got shot in this same area 40 years ago. So he was saying that, and here he was standing again 40 years later in the same area. He's saying, wow, that has to be a reflection on the politics of things, that nothing has changed really in all those years in the community. And so it brings up the point that you're making. With 14% of the vote, you ain't gonna get very much, are you?
No, in fact, District 5, I think, had 6.7% show up.
6%.
6.7%.
Wow.
6.7.
Out of 100, 6.7.
Out of 100%.
6%.
6.7. Yes. So I felt brave. I went in there. I spoke with someone. We got an interview to reassure people that votes will be counted, that the process is legit on their end, and he was upset also, and his mind was blown also. So it's
Whose mind was blown?
The community outreach.
Okay, all right, yes.
Yeah, so I went in there and I spoke with him, and I didn't schedule the interview. I didn't have to run through any hoops. I went in there with my camera and I interviewed him. And at the end of the video, I said, I'm not doing anything that anyone else can't do. If you don't trust the process or you don't trust something, go speak to the people. Go do the work. Go show up. Go talk to them and try and get an understanding. You don't have to wait for us to do it or anybody else. If you don't feel confident in it, you go do it.
216-578-1490. You can join the conversation. One line open. 216-578-1490. So therefore, this was even shocking to you, eh? Oh, I know my point I wanted to make to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, the soul at the polls.
Mm-hmm.
That's the piece where the ministers bring in all the people with the bus loads, and they bring them downtown to the
queue.
No, to the election board.
Okay.
To the election board.
Mm-hmm.
They always have sold to the poll where the ministers bring in their flood load of people. And that was an indication right there that it was going to be a low turnout. Report on that.
An indication for me because I was at Souls to the Polls last Sunday. Danny Glover came through. Danny Glover, he did, the actor from Lethal Weapon, all that type of stuff. He came through and he spoke to 100 people, in front of 100 people. You might say, wow, that's great. But if about 40 to 50 people belong to the Cleveland Clergy Coalition, Pastor Phillips, if you had a majority there also wearing T-shirts for Kucinich and Samples, you had Kerry Howard, Alana Moore, others who were running for office, and their people and their supporters, there were no voters out there like I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
Especially at Souls to the Polls. I think they might have averaged maybe 4 van loads, not 4 or 5 buses of people.
Mm-hmm.
And to stay down there for about an hour and 10 minutes and not see any voters walking it up or going through, just a couple of cars, that was very disheartening.
And we talked about that actually.
Yes.
And he talked about how this election, they actually did a lot of education, awareness, and outreach to try to get people to come out, and still the same results. And we talked about how, I brought up how the lines for Jordans are longer.
You're right.
The lines to go in the church. Everything that, and it's not saying church isn't important, but you got to tithe. To get Jordans, you got to pay money. Voting is free. It's free.
Listen to the band right now.
It's free. It don't cost you nothing.
All right, okay. Listen, so my final comments, the ministers couldn't deliver this year.
No, I'm getting upset. We got to go to break. I need your blood pressure medication. It's right on my blood pressure.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.